There were 330 patients with influenza at RCHT last year. Some of these patients will have contracted influenza whilst in our care.
Hello, my name's Juliette Rickard and I'm the ward sister here on Lowen Ward. I feel really passionate that we lead a strong team and a workforce that protect ourselves against flu by having the flu jab. We look after patients who are hugely immunocompromised and they have bone marrows that aren't functioning properly, so the consequence and the impact of contracting flu for them can be life-threatening.
I work with the acute oncology team, and as part of my day-to-day job we see a lot of patients who've been admitted to hospital with infections which are secondary to immunosuppression from chemotherapy. A lot of our patients who are receiving chemotherapy are at increased risk of infections, not just bacterial but also viral, which means that they increase risk of influenza. Therefore, I think it's important that we have ourselves immunised in order to protect ourselves and our patients from potentially life-threatening illnesses, which can be severely devastating for them.
My family culture dictated that I avoided immunisations and any medical treatment really growing up. But as a charge nurse in the NHS, I role model for my team and have a flu jab to keep myself and patients safe.
I'm Pat Bowen and I'm 72 and I'm being treated for leukemia. Infections, I've had a bit of an infection in my foot, and you know, they don't go away very quickly when you're struggling with leukemia and that sort of thing, because the chemo you have knocks all your cells out. So you have got to be careful. You know, people don't always know if they've got flu or the onset of flu and that sort of thing. And I think it's quite sort of important people do have the flu jab.
The incubation period for flu is generally 1 to 5 days, so that means that you could be carrying the virus without knowing it whilst you are caring for our vulnerable patients.
Flu in some patients can have devastating consequences. Here on critical care, we see patients who are suffering the complications of influenza infection. Flu can cause pneumonia, which in some patients can be fatal. It's important that we protect our patients from flu. They might have come in with another medical condition, and the last thing they need is to have a super added infection like influenza caused by staff not being vaccinated against flu.
Hi, I'm Tash, I'm matron for gynae, and 18 months ago we had a devastating outbreak of flu which caused real trouble for our patients. We had to cancel many electives. We also had patients and staff that went down with flu as well. So I'm just saying to you, please get your injections this year and help cut having any implications on our patients' care.
Our uptake of the flu vaccine by healthcare workers is well below our 100% aim. We're putting our patients at risk.
You've been poorly in the past in hospital.
Yes.
What is it like to be a patient in hospital sick when you're on dialysis?
It's not pleasant.
No.
Not pleasant at all. Because you aren't feeling very well and you come in and you're feeling under the weather, and it's 4 hours of...
If you were to get something like the flu,
yes.
How do you think that would affect you?
I think it would affect me quite badly. Because, shall we say, the dialysis itself tends to drain the energy out of you, and as flu is known for doing that as well, then you're going to be left a bit of a wreck, I would think. It's bad enough if you just have a cold. Absolutely. You know, you're feeling a bit under the weather with just a simple cold, and you've got to get up in the morning and go and have a shower and, you know, drag yourself in here. Yeah, so it's not easy.
The flu virus is constantly changing and mutating. Because of this, every year the World Health Organization makes recommendations about the strains of influenza which are predicted to be circulating in the forthcoming winter. These strains are then included in the flu vaccine that is developed for that year.
My name is Henry and I am 9 years old. I got really poorly when I had flu, and I had to be sent to hospital. I was asleep for 3 days and in hospital for 2 weeks.
So when Henry had flu, it happened really quickly, and he was really rapidly poorly and needed to come to hospital
be ventilated, and in a few days went from being a really fit, healthy boy to not being able to stand or walk, which was really scary for all of us. So everyone out there should take the opportunity and have their flu vaccine to protect themselves, their families, and all the patients that they care for.
What would you say to people who say, I don't need a flu injection?
I would say you should have a flu injection because it makes you have a better chance of not being poorly.
Please protect our patients from the flu. Please help us protect our patients from the flu.
Please help protect us from the flu.
Please protect all these people that are struggling, because if you have a flu jab, obviously it's going to help. And if you don't, you're open to infection all the time, aren't you? That's the thing.
Please help protect me from flu.
Through the flame, you'll rise up despite all your